the Curtis Camp query of the day. And your question today, Curtis?
Which one, Vrabel or Drake Maye, will be the one who is credited from getting the team out of the consecutive 4-win seasons to playoff contention should it happen?
Okay, so if this team is a playoff team,
who will get the most credit for bringing the team out of the doldrums? And
easy one.
Excellent question.
Easy
it's an
one.
easy one?
I agree.
Easy one. Vrabes.
Yeah.
All day long.
You agree with that?
100%. When you have players saying we have a coach and we didn't have that last year, like that's going to be Vrabel all day. We had so many issues last season when it came to players saying certain things, acting a certain way on the sidelines, Gerard walking things back. Like it will 100% be Vrabel.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I disagree.
I think it might be Drake Maye. Like, I mean, I think
how many
if
great coaches get fired without a quarterback?
No, but the question is who gets the credit, right?
Right.
So they're going to say Drake Maye was good because they hired Vrabel and Vrabel then hired Josh McDaniels, right? That's what it's going to be.
If anybody gets the lion's share of the credit, if Drake Maye is a Pro Bowler having a great season, it'll be Josh McDaniels over Vrabel in my perspective.
No, but it's going to be the fact that they hired Vrabel who then hired Josh McDaniels.
What? But if he has a great season, the offensive coordinator will get a large amount of that credit.
Let me ask you the question. Who gets the credit? Josh McDaniels, Billy O'Brien, Charlie Weiss, or Bill Belichick?
Well, Tom Brady.
For what?
For like the offense being really good.
Well, the offensive coordinators did ever since Belichick hired his drinking buddies. And
No, but when I'm talking prior to that, and Brady, like he gets credit for being good. Don't get it twisted.
Josh McDaniels got 6 jobs.
Yeah, but Curtis, there's never a question. Was it Bill, Josh, or Brady? Was it Bill or Brady?
Yeah, and you're no. Josh McDaniels getting jobs is not about like
getting credit.
No, it's about what he did well. I think you're doing this is almost like a Jackson 5. You're asking a question. And the question was, who gets more of the credit if the team does well, right? And so, in my opinion, it's going to be Vrabel because Vrabel's the one who changed the culture. He brought in Josh McDaniels, who then made Drake Maye good. So that's the credit of it. Is Drake Maye going to get credit for being a good quarterback? Yes, he will, but it's always going to go back to who was the guy that unlocked Drake Maye's potential.
Not to completely dodge the question, but it's also going to come down to how the games look. Like if they're, 10-7, but have the, best scoring defense in football, Mike Vrabel is going to get the lion's share of that credit. But if they're, 9-8, and it's because Drake Maye, like what the Bengals did last year, where Joe Burrow had to win all those games because the defense is nowhere to be found, then Drake Maye's going to get that credit. So it's going to come down to how it plays out.
Yeah,
really.
That's true, Sean.
I guess my question would be, who got the credit in Kansas City in 2019? Patrick Mahomes or Andy Reid?
2019?
Like the
Andy Reid. Because remember, everybody will tell you Andy Reid was
runs
able.
The offense.
He runs the offense. He was able to. Yeah, he was able to make Patrick Mahomes into this. Look what he did with this one. It was about Andy Reid.
He had 50 touchdown passes. Nobody Andy Reid had ever coached, I believe, had over 30.
No. I understand the point.
No, I think Patrick Mahomes got the credit
I agree.
in that case.
Oh, his 50 touchdown season.
Yes, MVP.
Yeah, but we're talking. But prior to that, right? It was Andy Reid was the reason why Patrick Mahomes looked like he was going to be a really great quarterback. And now it's more of like, all right, we know Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback.
508 texter says this may be the most annoying query of all time. There was never a conversation about who it was for 20 years until it was over. Well, there was
never a Belichick or Brady conversation. Where do you live? Under a rock?
There
what are you talking about?
There was. This is Mark from Connecticut. Hello, Mark.
How are we doing this morning, guys?
Great.
And girls.
What's up?
Wiggy.
Yo.
I am super excited for our guy, Stefon Diggs. I really think that the guy's going to be back to full go, and it's amazing that Drake Maye's going to have a real weapon that we haven't had since Gronk or Julian Edelman. I mean, it's going to be great, I think, this year, and I'm super excited. I'm heading to training camp right now and hope to see some good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Steph Diggs is a tremendous ad, especially if he's healthy. He's a 1,000-yard wide receiver. I think Shime might have did it at one point in time for a lead. I don't know who the last 1,000-yard receiver was for the New England Patriots. And
I believe it was Edelman.
Okay, and when that was.
I might be wrong, but I think that's who it was.
So when you look at Steph Diggs, it seems like he's healthy and he's ready to go. And if he is healthy, I think you'll get the Steph Diggs that you've kind of always saw throughout his career. He might not be as dominant, but he's still a legitimate number one that Drake Maye can lean on.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at and you brought it up yesterday, you look at the rest of that wide receiver room, and you have a giant, speaking of question mark.
That's
right?
the biggest question mark. Who is the other guy where if a team goes, all right, you know what? We're going to double Steph Diggs, and we're going to take him away. Who then becomes the other guy to make things easier where you can go, all right, we can run the offense through this player. Who is that guy? Right? Do we feel like that's the running back room? I don't know. I mean, I'm like a lot of people. I don't have much confidence right now in Ramondre Stevenson. I'm maybe more leaning towards Shime's side of the room and being like.
But is that more of a line thing or more of?
No, I think it's a him thing.
A him thing.
Yeah, I think it's more him
because he was a little loose with the football last year.
He was a little loose.
And the year before, he had some issues.
He's also just not that explosive.
Yes.
Like it's just he's relatively, outside of the fumbles, like reliable in catching the football and hitting the right hole, but there's no explosion and chance for a big play.
When he's good, though, he's really good. That's the thing about Ramondre, and that's why I keep getting pulled in. Like, yeah, he's got some issues. He's got to figure some things out, but when he's good, he's really good.
Is he, though? Like,
yes.
He hasn't even had a 1,000-yard rushing season.
But watching him play.
Oh, no, he did once in 2022. I lied. I'm sorry.
I'm not talking stats. I'm talking about watching him play. He is a unit out there. Like, watching him, he can run people over.
He's a tough runner. I'll give you that. He's a tough runner. He definitely doesn't, because of his skill set, he doesn't have a lot of plays where they're like TFLs where he's getting tackled behind the line of scrimmage. The thing that I just look at is he's not like that home run hitter and
fumbles.
Yeah, he fumbles, and
that's the issue.
And let's see what Travion Henderson is, that home run hitter. And
I keep hoping that they're going to go out and go and do deals for guys like you're.
No, I'm talking about the guy that got
okay. I just think that Drake May have more yards running than any running back on this football team.
I don't think
if that happens, that's a major problem because that is a huge problem.
But you don't have an issue with the line at all?
My issue with the line is I expect them to be better than last year because you drafted a kid 4th overall to be your left tackle. If there's an issue there, then I have an issue with Vrabel and Elliott Wolf when it comes to why did you draft this kid that high when you could have maybe drafted Ashton Genty, my guy Tyler Warren,
Ted McMillan.
There's a number of things that. So the O-line, my expectation is they're better because you, in my opinion, you have better players.
Vrabel's in a great spot because if Will Campbell is not the guy, if the draft doesn't hit, it means you're getting rid of Wolf. Like, he's not going to be held accountable, I don't think.
I disagree with you. Don't we think that it's Vrabel is the guy who made all the decisions when it came to the offseason and the draft?
But this is why he kept Elliott Wolf around.
Exactly.
Curtis is dead right. Like, he becomes the fall guy, at least the first time.
Okay.
If it happens again, then it's on Vrabel. But the first time, it'll be Elliott Wolf.
And he brought his own guy in also.
Right.
To work
exactly.
with
But Wiggy, do you think Robert Kraft is going to pay 2 coaches not to coach while hiring another coach?
No chance.
No, I agree with what you're saying, Curtis. I think Elliott Wolf will be the scapegoat.
I'm not saying it's right. You are right, Wiggy. Vrabel is the one who made those decisions.
Right.
But if they don't succeed, I think there's no way they fire Vrabel.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah, Elliott Wolf is definitely
And how many wins does this team have to get for this year to be considered a success when it comes to Mike Vrabel?
9.
Yep.
9 really? and 9 and legit. They might not make the playoffs with 9 wins because I think every team last year had 10 wins, but you were right in the mix. If you have less than 9 wins, it is a failure, my opinion. Because the expectations are Vrabel, His first year as the coach of the Titans, they had 9 wins. And
what was their season before though?
They had 9 wins the year before that.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that is part of it. But I think we all believe that Vrabel is a really good coach. And so 9 wins is the expectation that I look at for this football team. Anything less than that, what went wrong? Where did you fail as a coaching staff? Where did Drake Maye fail as a quarterback? How you look at the division. Your division isn't that tough other than Buffalo. You added
that's 5 or 6, depending on how you look at last season and that 4th win.
Mm-hmm.
That additional wins that you got to get for it to be a success for Mike Vrabel.
Right, but even last year's games, there was 3-4 games where the Patriots should have won this football game, had a chance to win this football game.
Yeah, but if you're going to play the ifs game, I mean, they probably shouldn't have won week 1. You know what I mean? They also shouldn't have won week 18 if we're going to play the ifs game.
The Patriots entered last season without being favored in a single game. They are favored in 2 of their first 3. They're favored in week 1.
11, I think, total.
To compare last year and what they did to this year is to compare apples and oranges.
Yeah, I'd agree with Curtis on that one. Because you can't tell me that Mike Vrabel, and this is the comparison of last year, is a far superior head coach than Gerard Mayo was, right? That's what we all believe. That you're telling me he can only get 6 or 7 wins?
Well, no, I just wonder if you're Robert Kraft and you're looking at the mistake that was Gerard Mayo, are you giving a bit of a pass on this season when it comes to Mike Vrabel? And are you happy with 7 wins?
You shouldn't. Gerard only lasted a season, and that wasn't much better than it was. It was just as bad as the seasons before. So you shouldn't get a pass.
I think publicly he might, but privately I think Kraft might say, Mike, what the hell's going on here?
They're not qualified to do what Mayo is doing.
7 wins? I think privately.
How is he still here?
I think privately Kraft thinks like I think in that he expects Vrabel to have this team at 9 wins.
Is Jelani coming back to the show this year?
I would say there's a better chance of me calling Red Sox games on Nesson.
Oh, maybe he will.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just got to know their place.
I don't think so.
Maybe he learned from it.
I don't think he'll be back.
Oh yeah.
I don't.
Maybe
think so.
Maybe it's not as big of a deal in his world as it is in ours.
I don't think Jelani Tavai will be back.
Greg, just to put the cap on the camp query of the day.
Yes.
I say Drake Maye. Courtney Wiggy say Mike Vrabel. What do you say?
Drake Maye.
Sean?
So
I say Mike Vrabel.
Right.
Wow. The Drake Maye apologist.
Well, because I think people are. I've given you my expectations for Drake Maye this year.
Right, you
I
think he'll
they're
suck.
Nope, I don't think he'll suck. I think they're going to win the majority of their games on defense. I don't think they're going to ask him to throw the ball all over the yard. I don't think that's going to be required. That's why they went so heavy in the offseason on defense. They want to try and win the ball, running the football and playing defense.
But he's going to be judged by late in the 4th quarter, something he struggled with last year. If they win those games, he will get credit.
Yeah, he'll get credit for those moments.
Yeah.
But at the end of the season, when you look back, if they're 10-7, but it's mainly because of the defense, it's going to go to Vrabel.
This is rich. You are already making excuses.
Unbelievable.
I don't understand how it's an
Stacking the
excuse. You
deck.
asked for an opinion. I gave you one. It's not an excuse.
You're terrified to give too much
Since
expectation
they
to your
drafted
woman.
No,
him,
I'm not.
you've been
Pumping the
walking-
brakes.
you've
No,
been-
you guys think
Sean,
he's going to
you've
be an
been-
MVP candidate. Like, I
Sean,
don't get it.
You've been walking behind him, sniffing his farts. Since
I'm still carrying the water. I don't care.
Since they drafted
Drake.
him.
I'm a fart
good.
smeller.
Nice Drake bouquet.
Oh.
And now suddenly it's like, I don't think it's not
Nope.
much this year from
I
him.
support my guy more than
It's all
anybody.
defense. They're going to win these games on defense.
See,
I am a ride or die.
The guy who says you can't win a football game on defense ever in the NFL anymore is now saying they're going to win.
Literally, I've never said that.
You have
Eagles-
a million times.
the Eagles literally had the best defense in football,
The league
Greg.
has changed, Greg.
It
You
has
need a
changed.
mobile quarterback to win it. That's it.
I said it's the biggest
you
cheat
don't even
code.
need
Yeah.
a defense.